Gaming Gamer Games. I am a gamer. You wouldn't have guessed that I was a gaming gamer if I didn't tell you that. I've been playing some new games recently and I was thinking, wow, how can I copy someone's idea and make a video about video games? Then it got recommended. Childhood games. It's my gold scar in Fortnite. You know the was the night shining on. Yeah, that one, you know. Instead of talking about the same games everyone has talked about and obviously games I've played, I'm a different person, you know. I'm not like the others. Therefore, I've individually chose games that people know but will also give the reaction of thing, you know. I'll be separating the games into 3 sections: early web games, phone games, console games. I'll start with one of my favorite games, Club Penguin. Oh yeah, boo-hoo. It's my video, let me talk about. I'm sorry. Okay, Club Penguin wasn't just a game, it was my lifestyle back then. When I was like 6, I had unrestricted internet access when I was that young. I mean, look at me now, I'm doing cool like a pool. To be fair, I was traumatized a lot when I was a kid. Scary maze game, collect the dots, and that lollipop Facebook thing. Okay, let me actually talk about the topic instead of straying off for like 20 minutes before heading into the real topic. Logging into Club Penguin when you were like 6 years old was like meth for me. I remember my username was iMonster2. Unfortunately, I didn't keep the name as you can see, but maybe that name predicted the future. Maybe I'm the monster. Thanks, Club Penguin. I generally love the mini games of Club Penguin, that card surfer thingy where you like drift in the mines and you fall and die. Don't even get me started with Pizzatron 3000. Oh my god, that was my first time little old me experiencing the life of a normal adult having a job. It was really good though, I'm not gonna lie, and the music, till today, I use the Pizza Parlor theme in my assignments. But Club Penguin wasn't just about games, it was about status. The real flex wasn't about your measly collectibles you've gathered around the years playing Club Penguin. Oh, what's that? You have the rare wing knight helmet but no membership? Poor! Meanwhile, I'm dressing like Gerard Way from MCR. I remember it clear as day, 2017. Skipping school early on my birthday and my sister surprising me with a Club Penguin membership she bought at a 7-Eleven. Even though I was 13, I was still fixated on having a club membership, as back then my mom constantly said, "No, it's stupid." I couldn't fathom the concept of just paying monthly for a useless subscription that I was probably going to use like once. I begged and begged, yet there was no answer. All hope was lost until that fateful day. Well, looky here now, Mom. I had my hands on the ever-so-lasting Club Penguin membership that I always wanted, and you couldn't do anything. The dreams I had on browsing the catalog of the membership magazine only made my younger self excited. All I had to do was wait a month or two because it was the exam season. Eagerly waiting, counting the days, imagining me acquiring a black puffle because I thought it was cool at the time. I still do. Did horribly during my exams, but who cares? Exams over. Now time to log in Club Penguin. The empty feeling of nothing echoed through my mind. Looking at the screen, reading articles because I was not really kept up with Club Penguin news as a 13-year-old would be. Club Penguin servers have been shut down. The end. Moving on, I'll just keep the other 2 web games brief as I think I took like 10 years talking about Club Penguin. Web Sword! Hey cool kids that have autistic fixations on dinosaurs, welcome to Cool World of Dinosaurs and the chance of getting groomed. Yeah, so I was the dinosaur kid when I was younger. I mean, they are still cool. I did not really watch the Jurassic Park movies because I thought old movies were lame back then. This was probably when I was like 7 and 10 years old, where I kept thinking about dinosaurs and how cool they were. I remember vividly looking at found footage of dinosaurs in real life on YouTube, and I thought, wow, this was real. Other factors that fueled my obsessions with dinosaurs was the alligator snapping turtle. When I was in kindergarten, we had to present an animal that each of us had to pick. I searched the internet and found this cool ass image of a turtle, and I was like, yo, this turtle is yo super cool yo, and it had the title of Dinosaurs of the Turtle Whoa. Like, come on, that's like so cool. It did look like a dinosaur too, so yeah. Where am I heading with this? Oh yeah, Webisaurs. It was an online game I found when I was really into, well, dinosaurs. Barely remember anything about this game. So the thing I remember the most is the blue dinosaur, the lava world. You can fight other dinosaurs like Street Fighter, and I did not chat because stranger danger. Yeah, I just wanted to tell about my dinosaur fixation more than the game, to be honest. Next up, one of my earliest childhood memories of playing games on the internet was with my siblings from the Dress Up Games. That bartender game and that witch game too. I have no idea what I'm talking about here. One other game that I vividly remember always wanting to play on my own instead of playing on my sister's account was Pet Society. Facebook was the hip and cool thing towards everyone back in the late 2000s and the early 2010s. Well, for me at least, knowing that I could just make an account and talk with my other friends through the digital world was insane. It doesn't really have that coolness now towards me anymore because now I just send shitty memes to my friends on Discord. Besides that, there was a lot of games accompanying Facebook, and Pet Society was just a Club Penguin knockoff, but it was the Club Penguin knockoff for me. It was more like a Tomodachi because I had one of those back then and it died like instantly. More sort of a routine based game where you just wash your pet, feed your pet, and buy a cool hat. There's also like mini games. I remember once was the race minigame, and that was cool. I was 8 years old when I had Facebook. At that point, nobody really cared about the game. People flocked towards the brand new stuff, but to me, I had an appreciation towards it. I always wanted to play it again, see if I was right about hyping this game up, but as everything else, the server shut down and now I'm just mentioning about it in the video. Phone games. What can I say? Everyone has played it before. Me, you, your mom, my mom who was high level at Candy Crush. What does all the early phone games have in common? Mindless slop and farming simulators. Sorry mate, you have to wait 20 hours for the chance to have a legendary dragon. And that's how I started the topic of Dragon City. Whilst other kids were playing your usual Farmville and Clash of Clans, I was way cooler than that and ahead of the game. I was playing Dragon City, which is my beloved childhood farming simulator slop. To me, it wasn't like the other games because I was biased and I like dragons. They're like dinosaurs with wings and like, that's cool. So what is a Dragon City? Dragon City was essentially bootleg Pokemon, but instead of catching dragons, you make them have sex. Because, you know, that's how the law of Dragon City works apparently. It's like a Kazakhstani forced marriage where you have two people who quite possibly be related mate to expand your small village of 25. You start with a barren island floating in the sky, slap a couple of dragon eggs down and watch them hatch into Mr. Beast Dragon. Your ultimate goal? Create the most overpowered dragon by repeatedly breeding your dragons together in what feels like dragon eugenics. Then you have to wait literal days for the eggs to hatch, or you could be like me and scour the internet to find free Dragon City diamonds to speed up the process, which I found as a kid by the way. I had no idea how I didn't get hacked, thus making it the perfect capitalism dream disguised as wholesome fun for 9-year-olds. Just like Club Penguin, the real thrill of the game was bragging rights. Having a legendary dragon was like owning the rarest Pokemon card, except nobody in my country played this shitty game and cared. I did though. I generally believed having the legacy dragon was the coolest thing in the world and will elevate my social status in school. As I said before, nobody played the game and didn't care. So yeah, Dragon City was essentially about building your very own Kazakhstani village, battling other dragons, and repeatedly checking your phone every 20 minutes just in case your ex texts back. I mean in case... No, what a horrible fucking joke, what the fuck? I fucking scriptwrite this shit. Next on phone games, we will be delving into a game that I don't think a lot of people know about. I mean, like, the most viewed video about it only has like 5k views, so we're in the niche pretentious category now, baby. The Act is a 2007 arcade game which my sister bought to play for herself on my iPad. Naturally, she played it for about 5 minutes before completely forgetting about it, leaving me, the weird ass kid who would play any game, to explore this obscure gem instead. Well, the premise of the game is quite simple. It's just a 20-minute interactive movie game like Heavy Rain, Until Dawn. You play as Edgar, this clumsy broke-ass hospital window washer who's desperately trying to win the heart of the nurse that works there. Hello, mamacittaaa. This nurse was where it was at. It probably coded my brain into liking red-haired girls that I'm clearly way out of my league on. Well, the entire game just hinges on subtle gestures, timing your swipes and taps at the right time to navigate Edgar through a series of social interactions. Mess up the timing and Edgar pisses his pants and shits his balls out and dies. I don't really know why I remember this game quite fondly. It's probably because of the nurse. The researching about this game though was quite hard, like barely anybody knew about it. And I kind of forgot about the name too. I had to search like Cartoon Hospital game on the iPad 2012 interactive movie to finally get one post about it on Reddit. Did it deserve more attention? Probably, I don't know. But am I secretly happy it stayed obscure so I can flex my obscure gaming knowledge? Yeah, sure. Next up on the phone game list is Cat Physics. It's a game my mom bought on her iPhone and I just constantly asked for her phone to play this puzzle game. Speaking of puzzle game, this game probably made me love puzzle games so much. I'm not really the smartest kid, I was an asshole to be honest, so I love playing puzzle games. I still do. I constantly scream at my friends to play puzzle games with me and I love all puzzle games. Puzzle games! Anyways, this game is barely a puzzle game, and the title implied the game is just about physics and cats. You're just throwing a ball between two cats, yeah, that's it. Two stationary cats staring lifelessly into your soul, waiting for you, the player, to figure out how to get a ball from one cat to another. Really cool stuff. The physics were surprisingly accurate for a game from that time. It's practically like an aggressively simplified version of Angry Birds minus the genocides the birds did towards the pigs. Each level had increasingly convoluted obstacles. Teleportation portals, fans blowing my balls into oblivion, ramps, and other physics-bending stuff. Basically imagine Portal, but instead of portals, it's just two bored-ass cats and a ball. Last game on the phone game will make you shed a tear on how this game fell into consumerism and became a horrible game. Minion Rush. Minion Rush was truly the best runner game in my opinion. Screw Subway Surfers and that hey guard. This shit got minions. I love minions. They are so funny. They scream banana and scan their butts on printers. I love minions. Minions are my beloved. Well, in its prime, Minion Rush was legitimately fun. You endlessly sprint through familiar Despicable Me locations, from Gru's lab to El Mucho Macho's lair, dodging rockets and collecting bananas. All I wanted was that. I wanted to be a minion and run, maybe even a Minion Rush. But then came the dark ages. Gameloft, those money-hungry, stinky buffoons, decide to speedrun the corporate greed route. They made the game dog water and even removed the endless runner mode. Like seriously, what's even the point? The entire joy of the game was rooted in seeing how far Bob can run. Bob Stewart or what the fuck the other guy name is. Now you do this shit, and the levels were limited by rigid levels energy meters, cooldowns, and timers. Instead of playing the game for fun, you now logged into completely arbitrary objectives. Watching Minion Rush descend into this corporate nightmare was my first heartbreak. Something that began as a pure, innocent, endless, beautiful, handsome, sexy game had turned into nothing more than a shitty cash grab disguised as entertainment. Shame on you, Gameloft. Shame on you, you stinky people. I pour one out for my homeboy Minion Rush. My beloved minions deserve better than this cruel fate. Console games. Back when I was 10ish or something, I had a PS2, which was my first console ever. Sure, I had a PC, but it was one of those bad office Optiplex PC that runs on hamster wheels. This was the real deal to me though. Games that would consume me and turn me into some gamer. Sure, I've played the typical games like COD, going to the strip club at GTA, but the funny part in all of this was I had a cracked JTAG Xbox, that was the name of it, and couldn't play online unfortunately. Let's kick things off with the Simpsons game, which was essentially every Simpsons fan's childhood dream. Was I a Simpsons fan back then? I have no idea. I watched some episodes back then and was really into the Treehouse of Horror episodes, but to be fair, everyone knows about The Simpsons. Like, I could go to some random Tajikistani kid and ask them about Simpsons, and they would probably be like,
"Wow,
I'm going to watch that very
I'm
much."
going."
So, the game was practically a full-length Simpsons episode, stuffed with endless references of the show. I did not get any of them. Let's see what I remember about the game. Bart is Batman, Homer's fat, Marge got the speaker, and Lisa got a Buddha powers. Gee, it's good. What's the difference between the game and Family Guy Multiverse game, you might ask? The game has epic, super duper cool references towards other games at that time, from GTA to Medal of Honor. Yeah, no one really plays Medal of Honor anymore. There was also the fat comic book guy, you know, the worst balls ever guy being the tutorial. I guess it's a sarcastic. What the fuck, bro? Rev up your engine, you stupid fucking cock. I guess it's a sarcastic love letter aimed at the gaming industry. Now, was the gameplay flawless? Absolutely not. I replayed this game on a PS2 emulator like 3 years ago, and the controls were clunky at times. The camera often felt drunk, and certain missions were dog water. But I couldn't care less as a kid. This was the Homer Simpsons game, where he was fat and chasing a bunny. That's cool to me, not as cool as dinosaurs though. Next up on the chopping board is Sonic Generations. Why Sonic Generations out of all the Sonic games? I have no idea, but Sonic Generations was good. You know, I'm glad I didn't like the game that much. It would be a scary alternate universe where I became one of those Sonic obsessed people. That's scary. Anyway, Sonic Generations released on every platform, even the 3DS, which is not even the game. This game is like Mario 3D World, where it's like both classic 2D and modern 3D versions. That comparison doesn't make any sense, but you know what I'm saying. I had really no idea about Sonic when I played this game when I was like 10 or like 11. I mean, I heard of Sonic, of course. He's that blue thing that is very fast. I still have to watch the Sonic live action trilogy, man. I heard that's good. Anyways, I wasn't really a Sonic fan. I mean, I love the game, but I was more into Mario. Mario Kart New Super Mario DS. New Super Mario DS was my first Mario game. I remember that each of my siblings had a DS and we were playing the mini games of this game. Trampoline game, Angry Birds game, Find Luigi Magione game. That was pretty cool. I probably replayed this game quite a few times during my whole life until my DS went missing. I vividly remember the lean level with the dinosaur. That shit was the coolest thing ever. I also played this game at my grandma's funeral. While everyone was sad that old Mima passed away, I was just in the corner playing Mario even though my mom asked me not to bring my DS. I couldn't care less. I want to play my matchy match minigame. Other than that, the other Mario game was Mario Kart DS. Oh boy! This was my introduction to Mario Kart and probably the only Mario Kart game that I will probably play because the newer ones are filled with sweats that only bananas me and blue shells me. Ooh, look, I have a blue shell, man, screw you! Anyways, I remember playing the chocolate level and Rainbow Road level. Wow, that's really cool. I love all this stuff. Oh, damn, the teleprompter sucks ballsack, bro. It's fucking. Oh, why can't I talk so fast, man? So fast. Saw 2 Flesh and Blood. Now we're talking about the stupid stuff I liked as a kid that I was probably not supposed to watch. Well, let me talk about the Saw franchise and me. The Saw franchise has a special place in my heart. Sure, it was just gore porn the whole movie, but it was so gnarly to me that I had my autistic fixation towards it. I remember watching the Saw franchise when I was like 8 or 9 and I was like, whoa, the human body works wonders. My parents on the other hand thought I was consumed by the devil for liking this stuff, but look how I turned out. I am the coolest kid in the block. Except that one time where my head class teacher accused me of running around chasing someone with scissors. Fucking stupid ass bitch. You know, you might opt for life. I didn't do that shit, by the way. I swear you also stole my $50 where it was supposed to be for the school trip. Screw you. Anyways, Saw 2 Flesh and Blood was a horrible game. I didn't care though. The first scene of the game was gnarly, and that's all I care about. I remember failing 100 times on that stupid walk the plank thing and just gave up on the game after that. I did not finish the game. Sure, there was jump scares here and there, but I was unfazed by it. Back then, I was scared of the Dead Silence poster. That movie was scary, man, and my family had a DVD copy of the movie. My brother would just show the cover to me all the time and I would shit my pants. The last thing on the chopping block, the SpongeBob movie game, which I mentioned in a previous video that I love SpongeBob, and I probably mentioned that I bought a shitty PC version of the game. That's what I'm talking about right here. You think SpongeBob the game, you would think Battle of the Bikini Bottom or the actual SpongeBob movie game, but no, this wasn't your average SpongeBob movie game. This was the best thing in the world. It's the PC version of the game. The story on how I got the game was that me and my family was just shopping around. I think my dad was trying to find PC parts or something, but then I saw the Holy Trinity. More like Holy One in a SpongeBob game in an orange disc cover selling for $30. I begged my dad to buy it, and that's the story. To this day, I still want to play the game, but I can't really find it without some sketchy virus that's probably going to hack my computer. The game itself was not bad. It's like Dora the Explorer where you have to find the objects, combine the objects, and sit through SpongeBob telling you about his midlife crisis. But yeah, that's the game. Anyways, that's the story of my childhood games. I was here and there in games, and you know what? I'm glad that I was like that. It could have been worse, and I would have turned into like a 4-digit Osu player who only knew how to play Osu, and fuck you, Osu. But yeah, that's the video. Peace out.